My connection to Stratford East is simple, actually. I'm a customer, so I've been to see things here. My main connection is with Nadia Fall and working on King Hedley II, which is a few years ago now, but I can't remember how many years ago it was. But I was here for quite a long time. I really loved the experience of being here. It was fantastic. And so that's my connection. My experience of doing King Hedley II here was amazing. We rehearsed here for 4 or 5 weeks. I used to come to Stratford every day. I think I was staying in a little hotel just down the road, but I got the train here every day. And I really got into a sense of coming to work in this community where there were people that look like me. Often when you work in a theatre, anywhere in Britain, unless you're in a big city, there aren't very many people that look like me. And to be in a place where there were black and brown people and people in headscarves and people that kind of looked like my mum and dad, I just felt very, very much at home here, and that you could get Caribbean food every lunchtime. I just thought this is a big advance on being in Theatre Clwyd, you know. So I really looked forward to coming to work here. And then the research was great. Nadia is very clever. My partner Lisa worked here at the time. It was just a sense of doing a play that featured toxic masculinity and having access to intelligent research about such a thing, having people coming to visit you from prisons who would talk to you about their experience, having movement classes. You know, it was just a very educational and at times joyous experience. I did like it here a lot. And I just found myself locked into wanting to do a good show for these people. And it was a long show, King Hedley. It was very, very, very good working to an audience where there's a lot of Caribbean people in, because about 3 hours in, they'd look at you and go, Len, I have to go, you know, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the show, but I have to go because I have work in the morning. I have to get up, and this is long. Might come back and watch a matinee and see the end. I had a lot of that going on. But it was a long show, but it was incredibly, the people in it were very talented, and we just were totally committed to it. And that's because of the ethos of what happens here in this little theatre. And also Nadia was extraordinary with us. It's sort of difficult to avoid people, really, unless you sneak out the back. But if you come out the front, you're going to see Vanessa Redgrave or somebody you haven't seen for 10 years, or Richard Curtis or somebody. There's lots of people came to see us in the play, and it was extraordinary. A really, really wonderful, heart-moving experience, because people really connect with this theatre, and they obviously have fought for its place in the community, and they want it to continue. It's got such a vast and storied history that I think the community connects with it. Also, it's not as expensive as going to see a play in the West End, so it's reasonably priced, and you can see things you want to see here. So I think that's why people connect, and I connect with Stratford for all kinds of reasons. You know, I really love the food in the bar, for instance. I like it that on a Friday night there's a disco. These are all things that speak to me. I like it that when you're in a play and you eat in the bar, you can continue carrying on talking about the work you've just done that morning. It's a very all-encompassing atmosphere here. I like it that you get cake. Somebody makes a cake and you all have a bit of it. It's fantastic. So this idea of making a family and including you and making you feel all right about being here is very, very good. And the audience join in sometimes, which is very funny. So I've already told you about one thing, but there was a moment when I had to tell Martina, my co-partner in this scene, that I loved her and that I'd come all this way to see her or something. And you heard these women in the audience going, It literally stops the show. That's what he says, no. You know, people join in with the show, and I love that. It's my favourite thing. Oh, gosh, so many things. I've seen lots of things here. And I always kind of enjoy it. Big Life I enjoyed here. I saw Tambo and Bones here, which was very shocking, but an extraordinary night out at the theatre. There's been some groundbreaking work done at this theatre, and I think people kind of forget that sometimes. You know, when its existence is questioned, you have to say, well, they do extraordinary things here for a very particular community that wants to see those things on stage, and it's reasonably priced, and you can get jerk chicken at the interval. You know, these are not things to overlook. So all of those things are great. And backstage, I know they do this in a lot of theatres, but it does feel like a little mini community backstage. You feel that Sometimes you see people who are rehearsing another play. I think when I was here last time, Kathy Burke was rehearsing a play. And so we'd sit and have cups of tea and chat. And it's nice that. I like that. Stratford East, to me, is committing to a theatre and a world that is in turn committed to its community. That's what it means to me. Stratford East is one of those old school theatres that looks like a proper theatre that you might come and see Panto at. My first experience in a theatre was going to one in Birmingham with my mum's work. And I remember being up in the gods looking down, and you can have the same experience here. It's quite steep up there, and you can see people waiting to come on, and you can see sets waiting to come on. And for me, if this is your first experience of a theatre, that's brilliant, because you can see the lights, you can see the curtains at the back, you can see people waiting to come on stage, and it gives you that feeling in your tummy of, oh, this is what theatre's like. I wonder what it would be like to work here. And so immediately I'm drawn in. When I saw Big Life here, we had people joining in. We had lots of laughter. If you get a laugh in this theatre, you really know about it. It's joyous. And of course, it's designed in this, and we have the refurb here, but it's designed in this very user-friendly but old school way. It feels like a proper theatre. And for a proper theatre to be in a community like this is a major feat. And I think it's to be preserved and celebrated. I think theatres like Stratford East are incredibly vital to a community because it can be a place where you congregate. It can be a place where you learn something, education. It can be a place where you debate. Plays can trigger something. Tambo and Bones and the Black Knights triggered a debate about who gets to come to a theatre, when and why. I think all of these things are really important. And if the community is involved, more the better. A, they're going to come and see the play that's causing all this ruckus, and B, they're going to watch it and have an opinion about it, and they'll be talking about it for days on end. And this is what you want. This is what theatre's supposed to do. It's supposed to trigger debate, conversation, and unity. And I think that's important, particularly for a place like Stratford. If they didn't have this, there'd be a big Stratford East hole in the middle of the community, and that would be wrong.